Morning folks, day 6 of the coast to coast. It's a long one today. We're going from Shap all the way across to Kirkby Stephen, but it's mercifully a lot flatter than yesterday's quite harrowing experience. Anyway, last night we had a good night. Bristol Ollie was in playing guitar in the Crown in Shap. A few pints with cousin Deborah, so that was nice, not seen her for ages. And very special guest turned up last night eventually about 12:30, and Angela is going to be doing the 21 miles with me today, which she's delighted about. Feeling confident, Ange?
Absolutely. Brought the sunshine with me.
Yeah, no, it's a lovely day today. Anyway, we'll see you a bit later. Ta-da. Okay, so we're just going across the West Coast main line. Angela was rattling under this bridge last night, not that many hours ago. Unfortunately, she was 2 hours late getting into Penrith on account of a fire on the track. So that was a bit of a setback last night. And she arrived too late to have a drink with us. So very noisy, but we've just crossed the M6. We're heading south. Expecting that very shortly we'll start to cut inland in an easterly direction. Weather's gorgeous, by the way. So, not actually sure where we are, but we're just on an absolutely vast expanse of moorland. You can see right sort of round the moor, just extends as far as the eye can see. But the good news is it's really easy to walk on. It's relatively flat and it's all nice bouncy grass. Right, it was kind of a 2/3 up the first serious climb of the day. How are you feeling, Andrew?
Red.
Red. It's a nice spot to stop though and just take in the. You can now see the Lake District Mountains miles away in the distance. On the other side of our resting spot, looking out that way eastwards, you can see the Pennines looming menacingly. I think we'll probably hit those in a couple of days. Okay, this is a random big boulder that just looks like it's been dumped from the middle of nowhere. There's nothing else around that looks anything like that. We've reached the top and we're now on the way back down into the next valley. You can see that today, lovely one day, there's lots of people on the trail, and actually most of them who've been past us while we were having a rest there, I seem to know from previous days on the tour, so it's all, there's a lot of camaraderie going on. There's more and more expansive moorland at the moment. You can just see a road up there. There's a car coming now. I'm pretty sure that is we used to call the road over the top that we used to go to Mum and Dad's in Bolton when we turned off the T-Bay. I think that's the road. We're heading sort of in the Orton direction. We won't be going to Orton itself. The path doesn't quite go through the village. We've just been walking across this absolute massive expanse of moorland. We're only about 1,000 feet above sea level here, but the wind has been absolutely fierce. It's just dropped off and we're just looking for a tarn over where those trees are. I forget what it's called, but we're just looking for that to hopefully find somewhere a bit sheltered where we can sit and have some lunch. So we never got to see the tarn, it was too set back from the path. We're now on one of the sort of roads that crosses the moors. I'm not sure which one it is, but these poles here is very typical for these roads that go through towards the Pennines, across the moors. These are just to keep people on the road when it's snowed in winter. You'll see the snow gets pretty deep. Right, still very windy as you can hear, but we've just stopped for our packed lunch, and even though there were bang average sandwiches, they tasted absolutely amazing because we were getting pretty hungry, I think. Well, I was. Anyway, we're about to set off again. We're still only about halfway round, just past halfway round for the day, and it's already gone 3:30. So we're going to be getting in relatively late tonight. We're in the Yorkshire Dales now, and we've just started on a bit of a path that shares the coast to coast shares with the Yorkshire Dales way. It's called something like Ravenstone Moor. This one. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we've just traversed Ravenstone Dale Moor. Absolutely vast expanse of moorland. Very nice grassy path across though, but from the other side, probably a mile and a half, it just looked like we were walking to the end of the world. It looked like the path went on forever and ever, just disappearing over the horizon. I think we're at the highest point on this particular moor now, so hopefully we'll have a bit of a downhill session. Well, there's one thing here I definitely didn't expect to see at the very summit of a Westmoreland fell. That is a Palestine flag. Must be something to do with the lad who owns this farm, but I'm not going to get into the politics of this on my channel. Right, so we've just completed back up from that Smardale Bridge, one last quite steep, very unwelcome climb. You can see over in that direction we tracked that wall all the way down from the top of the previous moor, and then there was a significant further descent and we've come back up again. There's no one below us on this side of the valley. There's absolutely nobody coming down on the other side at the moment. Given it's 6 o'clock, I reckon we're about the last coast to coasters of the day coming through here. It was quite congested this morning, but most people, all the casuals, sort of slipped off into Orton, which is only about a third of the way round. A lot of people were having a much more chilled out day to day after yesterday's exploits. A bit of a shame, because I probably won't see some of those people again, because we'll be ahead of them permanently now on the trot. Right, it'll be now near on impossible to hear me, but we have just definitely reached the highest point of the day, and we're a damn sight nearer to the foothills of the Pennines. Right, not far now, a lot of bodies at breaking point, I think it's fair to say. Anyway, this tunnel here, this takes us underneath the very picturesque Carlisle Settle Railway. Kirkby Stephen Station will be just down to the right, about a mile that way on the right. Angela will be getting on there in the morning to head to Leeds before going back to London. Right, Horner's here. This is the wrap up from day 6, which was Shap to Kirkby Stephen. Never got a chance to film the wrap up yesterday as we were so broken. We didn't arrive till about 7:45, and the pub we were staying above, turns out it was the epicentre of sort of Friday night festivities. They even had a very loud band on underneath our room, which was a bit of a nightmare. We just wanted to get straight to bed. In terms of distance done, it was like 21 miles, so probably joint longest session so far. And whilst it was a lot more gentle than the sort of Lake District stretches in terms of climbing, our aggregate sort of elevation gain was the sort of second largest amount in terms of the days to date. Only surpassed by the previous day going over Kidsty Pike. Just said goodbye to Angela. She's gone to get to the train. Spirits are high, but she's not moving too well. But it was brilliant to see her. Much shorter video today, because I had her to chat to rather than just vocalising my internal monologue every 10 minutes. Anyway, let's hope tomorrow's a good day. There's going to be another special cameo tomorrow.